Hello Aquarius, and this is predominantly for Aquarius moon signs, but you may find that you resonate with this if Aquarius is in any other part of your chart, especially if it's a sun sign, but I am focusing on more the energy of the moon, which is our emotions and our emotional reactions to things. I'm going to pre-apologise for the background noise that may happen, but we're in lockdown in the UK and I live in a busy household with 8 people, 4 of whom are children, so it gets a little noisy after homeschooling is finished. Right, so I've also done a main message, so if you want to check that out before this one, go right ahead. From the main message, these are the 2 oracle cards that come out. We've got the Sacred Geometry Activation card, which is the frequency of perception, supports our natural curiosity, moving us beyond our comfort zone to find the edges of what we perceive as real and take a good, hard, deep look at it. And the Mirror Guardian, which is taking time to reflect on where you've gone, the journey that you've gone through to get to this point. And I feel like there's a bit of a Hanged Man sort of energy coming through with this. The Hanged Man is all about changing our perspective on things. It's taking a pause, taking a break to understand where you are, how you got there, and where you're going to next. I also feel like there's an element of changing up the way that we do things. And that come through very strongly in the main message and in Capricorn, who I've just finished. So I'm also using these cards, which have just got the images on. It's just sort of a focus for Aquarius. So, and this says, the best way to predict the future is to invent it. That's a quote by Alan Key. Expect to be tested and shown waves of the future, ruled by the planet of sudden insight, Uranus, but in earlier times Saturn, the planet of wisdom. Aquarians tend to have a natural aptitude for genius. Even those that are not geniuses are able to collect facts and knowledge far beyond the scope of those in other signs. Because of their vast intelligence, it doesn't take Aquarians long to see that they are superior in intellect to most people. This gives them a certain disdain over anything they view as common or ordinary. As seers into the future, Aquarians are ahead of the game and have accurate visions of the way things will be. This is why the sign of Aquarius rules science fiction and anything brand new. In reality, Aquarians see waves of the future in a way the rest of us cannot. Aquarians can be very stubborn in their views, even when those views appear off the walls to others. They will fight long and hard just to have the freedom to stay weird. And they will fight for the rest of us to stay weird as well. Whatever is taboo or outlandish greatly appeals to them, if only in the imagination. So oftentimes they are artists, inventors, and speculative writers. As an air sign, meaning they are primarily mental as in they think a lot, not like they're mental. Primarily mental and emotional, they can be great humanitarians, but not very practical. And inside every Aquarian, no matter how attractive or glamorous, lives a geek. The type who wants to escape the mundane world and enter the realms of fantasy. Fantasy cons, the graphic novel, appointment games and role-playing. At the same time, they can be rational and tend not to get caught up in emotional dramas. Aquarians are more interested in friendships over romantic relationships. In fact, Aquarians are at first a friend before being a lover. Unless, of course, you insult them by disagreeing with their far-fetched ideas, and then your history. So, like I said, I've just used this as a sort of focus for the energy of Aquarius. So, particularly for those of us that are reading this from a moon sign perspective. So just have a think about how those qualities come through in you and how this affects you in that area of your chart, wherever Aquarius strikes. What's going on? I've changed my desk setup, and since then, like shuffling, like all my cards seem really stiff, or I seem really stiff. I think the seat I've got is lower, so just bear with me. Okay. Does this new moon signify for Aquarius moon signs? Strength, Leo energy. So much fixed energy coming up with these reads, I've noticed. Had a lot of Taurian energy coming out in the last few readings. I think strength come out for the main reading, actually. Whoa, way too many. What are you? The Emperor. Aries energy. Wow. Very powerful energy. Two major arcanas coming out. There we go. And the Star. Oh my word. So you've got all three. This is very powerful energy, isn't it? Very, very, I will achieve it at any cost. That's kind of what I'm feeling here. It's like having so much faith and drive in whatever this star is for you. We've got Leo energy, courage, strength. The Emperor, which is Aries energy. It's all about leadership. It's very interesting tying that in with the Mirror Guardian, who says to take time to reflect upon where you are and how you got there. And is this still a dream that you want? Because I'm feeling like some people are very focused on something right now. I almost feel like this new moon energy is like, well, you know what? You can do this. You've got the practical resources, the strength and the confidence to do this. To bring your dreams into reality. When we're working with moon energy, we're talking about our emotions and our subconscious. I see a whole lot of drive here. Laser focus on something. And perception, the energy that is coming up for everyone with this new moon is the frequency of perception. So supporting our natural curiosity, moving us beyond our comfort zone to find the edges of what we perceive as real and to take a good, hard, deep look at it. And this is all about introspection. This feels like end of year report, like, you know, looking at what you've got through to become who you are, to be who you are and be where you are, no matter how small or large that is. This is like recognizing or asking you to recognize in yourself where you have been strong over the past cycle. It's almost like listing those accomplishments. There might be some stories there where you don't feel you were very strong, And this is like looking at those, you know, you may have got dragged through the mud there. You may have been through a great deal of harshness, but you've come through the other side. And the Emperor says that. Look at everything you've achieved. Stay focused on the things that you've achieved, and you can still reach that star. That star is your hopes, your dreams, your desires, whatever it is that you are laser focused on. And that's what I'm feeling here, is that laser focus on it. So what is it you are dreaming up? Why strength there? Aquarius moons for the new moon. Oh, that was weird. The Hermit, what did I say? Introspection. Very looking inside. And what has he got in his lantern? He has got the star. This is going deep inside. What is driving you right now? What is pushing you to where you want to be? Or even pulling you? What is it that you are laser focused on right now? What, who, what goal? This is having that strength and courage to look inside, and I almost feel like strip it back to what I think this came up in the main read, and I'm feeling it here very strongly. All major arcana as well. This is massive. This is going back to that core value. Why do you want it? If you want something so bad, why do you want it? I feel like that is what the Hermit is asking you to look at. What is at the core of your dreams, of your star? The Emperor. Where's the Emperor there for the Aquarius? Whoa. Yeah. I felt a card there, but it just didn't come out. It didn't come out if it needs to. Oh my god. I was just wondering then, because the cards that I felt, there was a couple of, there was the Queen of Swords, and then there was some other minor arcana. I was like, are they going to be the ones? And then they all sort of fell underneath it, so I was like, right, it'll come out. But we've got strength coming out instead. Sorry about that, I just got disturbed. Right, so yeah, strength coming out again a second time. Do you know what? I don't even know if I need clarifiers for this. It's such a strong message, and it just keeps cementing it here. This is like full on life's works. These are the big questions. Why am I here? What am I focused on? What is my purpose? Almost feel like there's a softening with this strength card that's come out. A sort of need to be gentle. Maybe you're being a little too hard on yourself, or working yourself a little too hard. And sometimes there's a strength in taking a break, a strength in relaxing, in coming away from those duties, just to take a breath, catch a breath, do this introspection. The Hermit's very similar to the mirror guardian. It's taking that time, taking time out, going deep into your cave, some meditation, wherever it is you need to do. But this is massive energy coming in with this new moon for you. Really massive. And I don't see any resistance. There's nothing offering any resistance so far. Oh God, what is going on? Look at the way that Ten of Swords has landed there, upside down. Where's the star there? No. Do you know what? I keep seeing this card. I'm going to shuffle again, and if it's meant to come out, it will come out. Because I feel like we've got to the Star card now, and it's just like the energy is just massive. It's like, it's making my cards be a bit weird. Oh, right. They are massive energies. Where's the Star there? For Aquarius, moons and suns. Ah, finally. We have something that's not a major arcana. This is celebration. This is that firm foundation. Is that what you're building? It always reminds me of like weddings. Celebrating how far you've come, celebrating what you've built, either by yourself, with families, with friends. There's a whole lot of getting your dream there. So yeah, I'm thinking this is a very good month to dream big. Dream big or go home. I'm very drawn to this Hierophant on the bottom because he came up in the main read. And this is all about our traditions. I also feel marriage with this as well. I don't know if that's very specific to somebody, because the Hierophant can also be about our faith and religious values and stuff like that. It can also be breaking away from those traditions, breaking away and doing something completely different. Doing something out of the norm. I feel like that's a very specific thingy, a very specific message to someone, but maybe someone is looking at weddings, dreaming big. In which case, congratulations. I'm going to get another one out for this strength. There we go. Right, okay. So we've got, this has been on the bottom before as well, and this came out when all the cards spilled out before. Or was it the other way around? I think this came out and that was on the bottom. Either way, both fives. So there's our bit of push. There might be a bit of competition involved with this. So if it's that big job, this is striving to get recognition, striving to get ahead of things. But I still feel like a caring element with this strength. This one feels much bolder. This one is just, the energy from it is so caring and gentle. And I feel like it's kind of like when someone comforts you as a child after you've injured yourself. It's like a mother's touch, like they're there. That's what it feels like. They're there. It's okay. Yeah, I don't think there's much more I can say with this. It's just like, it's just such big energy. It's almost overwhelming. But this is a fantastic time. Any projects you're working on, anything that you have been focused on, because it takes a long time to reach Emperor status. And maybe that's where this is heading, is reaching that accomplishment, achieving that goal, and recognizing that, you know, you're going to have to be brave. You're going to have to step outside those boundaries and those comfort zones to be recognized. But I see a whole lot of success there, and happiness and stability. foundation, setting up the foundation for your future. That's very much what it feels like, whether that is through marriage, whether that is through promotion. I mean, if we want to go introspectively, this could be reaching a place where you have overcome something really traumatic, or, you know, where you've pushed yourself or brought yourself to being able to do something that you could never do. And that could be something that to the outside world seems really small. Some people getting up in the day, if they've been battling really bad depression, that is an achievement. But this is big. I mean, that's what I mean. It might seem small to the outside world, but this is big. This is like life-changing events. So I'm going to get an oracle card because these cards seem to sum everything up wonderfully, and I'm struggling to sum this up because it's so big. New energy. That's the advice for Aquarius. There we go. After the storm. What battles did you go through? I see it now. This is after the battles. Now we aim for the star. After the storm. There's a thunderstorm about. It's either headed your way or just passing through now. Don't make a thunderstorm mean more than what it is, though. You don't have to fear it. You might even feel excitement about it. After all, a thunderstorm is just nature's way of gathering energy together that needs to be released. With the release of tension, relief and freedom soon follow. Often with a fresh perspective, that's our thing, perception. Often with a fresh perspective and perhaps a gift of a promising, hopeful vision of your future. Perhaps the practical storm building within you or around you is causing you to quake in your boots. It might be a storm of building emotions, threatening to erupt or already exploding, seemingly beyond your conscious control. You might feel an uncomfortable sense of emotional or physical pressure within. And if something doesn't happen and soon, you fear you might just burst. You may also sense that these are forces operating beyond your control, and you would be right. There is, in life and in the creative process, a need to allow for wild storms. There will be those precious moments of peace beforehand, and the release and revitalization that follows. Yet the storm in the middle is essential. It is a natural part of the creative process. Without this building and releasing of energy, we would suffer from boredom and stagnancy. You may prefer the excitement of the storm, or the fresh, open feeling that accompanies its clearing. You may find it comforting to be faced with the power of something in which you can only participate, rather than control. And this, the Emperor, is all about having control. It's what you have power over. And maybe that's where this energy is, why this is coming up, really. I see how that plays out with that. That when things are out of our control, it does sort of throw us off balance. Either way, the storm wisdom offers you the gift of bringing things to a head and clearing them away so that the energy can be freed from a pattern that has had its day and is ready to become something new. Sometimes the pressures that fuel the storms in our lives have been building up for a long time. Without us being fully aware of it, it might be pressure from our own minds, creating unnecessary burdens upon us, such as burdens of fear or self-doubt. It could be pressure to appear a certain way or to fight against life out of the mistaken belief that it's necessary for survival. Sometimes the pressure is little more than the impossible dream of perfection, and a need to gently, or even with great dramatic flourish, cast that aside so that you can dare to be what you are and create from your heart. Even if you're not sure what the storm is about, don't lose confidence in your ability to successfully bear its progression until you are safely at the edge of the other side of the experience. Even among the chaos of change and in moments of anxiety, know that you have so much light, and trust in your heart that you can see the storm is but a passing process and nothing you need to worry about. If you can't sense the storm yet, this oracle is important for you. The storm is coming, and you can, if you wish, feel the beautiful, exhilarating gift of it as you are empowered to cast aside what has been and receive the gift of a fresh new take on things. Your confidence is to remain intact. Whatever is happening or soon will happen in your life, this storm of sorts is transformational and supports your growth. It is going to clear away cobwebs and free you, open you to the new creative energies and life. Remember that there can be no rainbows without rain. I'm going to guess that is, yeah, without a little rain. So there you go. Right, hope that resonated with you. Please feel free to drop me a comment below. And if you're interested in more videos, please follow me on social media or check out this channel and subscribe. Bye for now.